Why? Can you hear me now? Yeah, I was speaking, but yeah, I was asking, can you guys hear me? But I don't think you guys were hearing me, so you couldn't confirm. I changed the setting. Can you hear me now? Okay. I forgot to put the mic back on track 1, which is the streaming track. Okay. Wanted to make sure I ironed that out before I continued. Okay. I guess I can start with the MSQ, because, I mean, I'm only planning to run this for like 3 hours, tops. They do have some stuff to do afterwards. So I don't know if I'll be able to stretch a 5-hour stream. You know, but yeah, I'll shoot for 3 hours, so, you know, 10 o'clock my time at worst. Oh, sorry, 11 if you're on East Coast. At the height of Lakeland's prosperity, these sites served not as man's final bastion, but as testament to his ingenuity and architectural prowess. The Church of the First Light was responsible for many such marvels, building majestic chapels in every corner of the realm. Alas, the flood with its inexorable tides would drown nigh every one, and did all but put an end to the religion as a whole. For the creatures which then did rise from that fulgent deluge were seen as agents of divine punishment, sent to devour sin and sinner both, whence came the name of Sin Eater. Have you seen the Sky Second Remake Japanese box? They put the Grandmaster on the cover. I didn't even know we knew what the Grandmaster looked like, but no, I haven't seen it. I haven't really been following Sky Second news. I've kind of been busy with other stuff. But that's interesting. I mean, I guess if they're doing the remake, I guess they might as well just add extra stuff to it. I mean, you know, I guess that kind of makes sense to help make them more different, but hey, Ethermelt. Okay, I don't know when the next dungeon is, but yeah, whenever. Or just let me know when you're in the game and I can invite you. The people were lost, seemingly forsaken by their god. Yet where there is light, there hath ever been shade, and 'twas in the dark they sought solace. The most devout of these worshippers of shadow did then migrate to the Raktika Greatwood, but that is a tale for another time. For now, let us find what remaineth of the chapel here. Why are you hyped for me to reach the next region? I think the only place I haven't been to yet is the, forgot what it's called, but I think it's supposed to be like the knockoff Gridania. I think, because we've been to knockoff Ul'dah, knockoff Limsa, and knockoff Ishgard. So I think, yeah. Knockoff Ul'dah. No, not knockoff Gridania, sorry, would be next. Aye, this is indeed the church we seek. It's surprisingly intact. What little is left of the churches I've seen until now has always borne the scars of decades of disuse. Its subterranean construction hath done much to protect the hall from the ravages of time, yet the reason for its remarkable preservation may be deduced from its decoration. As faith in the light did wane, so rose reverence for the dark, and its followers did want for places of worship. To be plain, the standards which do adorn these walls belong not to those who built them, but to worshippers of the dark, the knights blessed, who subsequently migrated to Raktika, yes? Indeed, 'twas beneath the shaded boughs of the Raktika Greatwood that they finally found sanctuary. Oft and many times did Ulamore make spurious overtures of friendship unto them, but they are no fools. The Exarch knoweth full well that Y'shtola, in her seclusion, doth labor to learn all she may of the blessed and their past. 'Tis why he sent us here, I now see. The tablet of which he spoke no doubt provideth a glimpse into the history that she so yearneth to comprehend. Well then, we better hurry up and find it. Each expansion has 6 regions, you've seen 4 so far. By the way, weapons, how was your week? Anything good happen? Not really, I mean, it was a pretty boring week. I mean, nothing bad happened, thankfully, but yeah, nothing really. It was just another week for me. Search your surroundings for the tablet. You may move the... Oh, okay. It's one of those again. Hey, Wolfster, how you doing? Historian. Yeah, it was just a pretty uneventful week. Found it. Within the altar, thou sayest. Naught escapeth thine eye, 'twould seem. This is indeed the tablet we seek. Curious, these engravings predate the Knights Blessed. If I am not mistaken, they are writ in the script of the ancient empire of Ranoka, whose capital once stood in the midst of what is now Raktika. 'Twill be no small matter to decipher them. A fine gift for our seeker of truth. 'Tis plain the Exarch understandeth Y'shtola only too well. But come, let us quit this place and make ready for our journey to the woods. Which scion is your favorite? That's a good question. I'll think about it and get back to you on it. I would say in terms of design, like in terms of just like character design, probably Y'shtola, but as a character, I'll get back to you on that. I want to say Alphino, but I'm going to give it some more thought. Can't reveal due to spoilers. Alright, that's fine. I guess you can tell me when I get there, though. If I get there. Sorry. Something went down the wrong pipe. Ere we depart, there is a custom of the Knights Blessed which I feel compelled to elucidate. As one might expect, they deem light to be abhorrent and everything it touches befouled. Thus do they take the utmost pains to protect all they can from its taint, including their very names. To speak plain, it is the belief of the blessed that one's own name must never be uttered in the light of the everlasting day, yet this commandment precludeth not to the use of another's. Thus do parents protect their children, and in rare cases, masters their disciples. So it is that Y'shtola hath taken the name Master Matoya, lest we offend them. I bid you speak not her true name. And oh, okay, so that's why Urianger called her Matoya in the trailer, because she needs like a second name because it's like offensive to use your real name when you're out in broad daylight or whatever. Interesting. Thancred's your favorite? I like his new look, I will say that. Mine, I can't, yeah, you said you can't reveal it due to spoilers. I think the better question is, who's your least favorite? Alice, Wolfster, is Alphino like your favorite or your least favorite? I don't really dislike any of them, like, strongly, though. My gut tells me least because she's just kind of an airhead, but then she's also a total cutie, so I mean, like, she kind of balances out, I guess. But also, too, I guess she's not a Scion anymore, so she gets disqualified just off of that alone. I don't hate Minfilia either. I like Minfilia as well. I just make Princess Peach jokes about her, but like, you know, I don't dislike her. I don't think I really dislike any of them, like, at least not to a very significant degree. Yes, Nox. Least left the Scion so she could get out of the discussion. She knew she was going to get the least favorite if she stayed, so yeah, she left. She left before the prank calls, too. She somehow saw those coming. With that in mind, let us speak with the guard who keepeth vigil at the Great Woods border. The thing I like about Alphino is they kind of went for the child prodigy sort of angle with him, I guess, but like, they still allowed him, I guess, to make like really bad mistakes and like figure out how to navigate them, and it just feels like a very, I don't know, it just feels like a very realistic, I guess, portrayal of like a really young teenager being given like immense adult responsibilities and like, you know, using what he already knows to try and like, you get what I mean? Like it's not gonna come out perfect, and it doesn't. And like he has to, you know, I guess the most obvious one is like the whole thing with the Crystal Braves, but like, you know, it's like he has to, you know, basically live with these decisions and then figure out, I guess, with our help, of course, like how to fix them. I guess Alice is a bit of the same way, but I kind of feel like Alphino gets a little more, you know, because they didn't really focus on Alice until like Binding Coils. I feel like they give Alphino a little more spotlight than Alice, but that could be me. They're definitely trying to make up for lost time as far as giving the twins like, you know, equal treatment, but you know, I'm just saying. Yeah, that, I guess that's what I was saying, like, yeah, I guess, but put a little more concisely. He was smart but naive, and he paid for that, but like, you know, he clearly has his advantages, but they didn't make him perfect. And I think that, like I said, that was pretty cool because it means that, you know, if you make a story and you already make the character perfect, well, they have nothing to learn, they have nothing to grow from, and there's no fun like watching their journey because they're, wait a minute, is that me? Hold on a minute. I mean, technically, the only L that I really took was when Xenos beat me. Wait a minute. Maybe I've become what I abhor. But yeah, you get what I mean. Like, contrast heavily with a really disliked character 2 expansions from now. Oh. Well, like I said, though, yeah. It's like, yeah, they went the prodigy angle. Alright, I'll invite you in a bit, Ether Melt. Oh, wait, I forgot. That's party chat. Yeah, I'll invite you in a second. Oh, whoops, I guess they pulled me into a cutscene.
No matter how far he goes, man cannot resist looking back on the path he has walked. The untold stories and secrets of the past can be more alluring than the promise of tomorrow. And so he braves the forests of Raktika in search of mystery and wonder. Of Ronka, to which all seekers of hidden truths are inevitably drawn.
We have arrived. Vast though these woods may be, they are, by and large, uninhabitable. Not so the swamps of Cydia, however, whose sparse foliage permitted man a foothold.
Oh, look who it is. I saw his eyebrows just cave in.
No lands must remain beyond our grasp. Go forth, conquer, rule. Forgive me. A sudden pang of nostalgia for those halcyon days. Exploring virgin territories, subjugating primitive peoples, all for the glory of Garlemald.
If you've brought your ivory standard, I'll be happy to tell you where to stick it.
Can we not simply take a moment to enjoy the view together? Or would you rather I spied on you from the shadows? Much more of this, and I may very well begin to regret my show of good faith.
If you really want to stay, then help us fight.
No, I think not. I am an observer, nothing more. Even shielded by the shadows of these boughs, I feel the light's presence most keenly. To accompany you is taxing enough. To fight is out of the question.
What is he, a vampire? I guess he is an Ascian. That's pretty close.
But not your commentary.
Considering how many don't do coils, yeah, Alice got a raw deal. Alphinaud is definitely my favorite character from Final Fantasy XIV, aside from a certain someone. I do like Estinian a lot too, but he's not really a Scion. And then you guys already know how I, like, basically single-handedly stand Yukari, so, but she's not a Scion either. Weapons, do you know Lahi? Oh, the music! Make sure to talk to Emmet immediately, alright. What is it now? Do you expect me to regale you with friendly banter? Oh, very well, I will humor you this once. You may consider it my latest act of good faith. Come on then, what do you wish to know? Actually, yeah. You could have looked like anyone else if you're an Ascian. Well, what a curious question. Mortal flesh is but the vessel into which we Ascians pour the elixir of our souls, molding it as it fits the occasion. Or not, if we so choose. Be it for a year or a millennium, I prefer to retain the same form until my duty is done. So, after arriving here in the first, I fashioned some hapless body into the man you see before you. Though, as your friend over there can attest, there are those of us who forego such alterations. He was ever the rash one, La Habrea, jumping from vessel to vessel, never heeding the toll it took on him. Oh. If you have nothing to ask me why you're still here, do you have wardens to vanquish? A realm to save? Yeah, I do. Time to lock in. Tis plain our Asian counterpart meaneth to follow wheresoever we lead, were it otherwise he would not suffer the overabundance of light in these woods. Verily, it pervadeth every corner, and so long as the light warden remaineth, the sin-eater shall be free to prey upon these lands without surcease. If naught is done, 'tis but a matter of time before the blessed succumb. 2 years pass, a swarm of sin-eaters did lay waste unto their largest settlement, killing a great many of their priests in doing so. Though some few did survive, they knew not how to go on, wayward souls in want of a guiding hand. For a mercy, Y'shtola hath provided that which they sorely needed. They have since endeavored to restore their home, and thither shall we bend our steps to Fort Gone. Probably Gone. It's probably going to not go. Imagine having a fort and calling it Fort Gone. That's just like a recipe for disaster. Like, you have no confidence in that thing holding up. So yeah, La Habrea was actually weakened from what he would have been. I guess, yeah, he body hopped a little too much. Weapon silently praying for the day when Urianger stops talking. It is such a doozy reading his lines. Oh, he said readieth and not ready, or whatever. That old English will get you. Oh, right, before I forget. Huh. Oh. I was about to say, where'd you go? There we go.
I see little sign of recent activity, nor hath any meaningful progress been made with the reconstruction. Mayhap Y'shtola sought shelter elsewhere. Come, let us quit this place.
Now, surround them!
What the? Oh. Oh. Oh.
These Sin-Eaters, they're not like the others.
They think we're sin eaters. What the hell?
There's a reason for that. Lower your weapons, please. We mean you no harm.
How is it they can speak? It's a Sin-Eater trick. They mean to kill us all.
We're not even glowing. Pun intended. I don't even know if there's any Moogles here, but Kupo.
That will seem a lot less amusing when we are forced to kill them.
Oh, for the love of I had hoped that by accompanying you, we might come to understand one another. But all I have come to understand is that you have a knack for inflaming the natives. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. And so I retire to the shade.
Oh, I thought I offended them. I thought Koopa was like some kind of... Alright, never mind. I don't know how they...
Good luck.
I don't know how they feel about Moogles in this one.
There! Did you see that one disappear?
Yeah, he disappeared into, like, darkness. You still think he's a Sin Eater?
I think I preferred La Habrea.
Whoa, 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 hey, chill. Wait a minute now. Yeah, let's rethink that one.
Enough. Runard, report.
Oh, she's finally back. Yay.
Master Matoya!
Yeah, Ahmet did the frickin', did the meme with the dude who, like, did the two fingers and then just faded. Man, I wish you could put images in, like, the stream chat.
We apprehended them as you ordered, but are you certain these are Sin Eaters?
The intense light of the ether I saw was unmistakable. If not Sin Eaters, then what?
Hey, whoa, 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 hey, hold on, what are you implying here? Hey, wait a second. Wait a minute. I think you might need to clean those contexts. Oh, wait, you're blind. Right. No wonder you think we're Sin Eaters. You can't fucking see.
Just passing queer that Y'shtola should mistake us for the enemy, is it not?
Right, I forgot. She's fucking blind.
Mayhap it hath been too long since last she beheld the radiance of thine ether. Master Matoya, hath time truly made strangers of us?
Nay, I recognize you, Urianger, Thancred. And this is Minfilia of the First, of whom you spoke before.
You are looking a bit pale today to Y'shtola. Yeah, you'd think with all this light around, you'd actually think maybe she'd have tanned a bit. Whatever. Or did the light just do the opposite and just completely, like, I don't know.
Just so. And knowing as thou must that we come in peace, might I prevail upon thee to have thy comrades lower their arms?
First explain this other presence in your company. The one I know not.
Oh, come on, it's me! We go way back, right? We spent, like, we didn't really spend much time together, I'm gonna be honest. Pretty sure the most time I spent with Y'shtola was probably Heaven's Word. And then, you know, she got BTFO'd by Xenos, so she was out of commission for, like, most of Stormblood. Oh. Oh. Oh.
There is but one manner of creature in this world whose ether is suffused with such an abundance of light.
Mine apologies, Master Matoya, but thou art mistaken. Before thee standeth our dearest comrade, the truest hero among us.
When the girl you like starts acting like she doesn't know you anymore.
Though she is but recently arrived here in the First, not one but two Light Wardens have already perished by her most puissant hand.
I guess news around here doesn't travel very fast.
It cannot be.
Yeah, do you believe me now? You bitch.
Master Matoya?
Lower your weapons. Forgive us this hostile welcome. Come. I would give you a proper introduction to Raktika and its people.
Nox, it's it's when the girl you like frickin' was speaking to you, and then someone leans over and they're like, "Hey, are you two together?" And she says, "Ew." Heartbreaking. You have been busy since arriving in the first, I gather, but I would hear the tale of your travails in more suitable surroundings. With I almost said Fort gone. With Fort Gone yet to be rebuilt, the Knights Blessed have made their home in a settlement to the northeast. I will await you at its entrance. Follow the path through yonder gate, and you will find me soon enough. There you are, I was beginning to worry. Much like the 12s would, this forest has a way of dealing with those who stray too far from the beaten path. But I digress. Let me show you the home of the Knights Blessed.
Slitherbow is the largest of the blessed settlements. They worship no gods, instead revering darkness itself. It is a curious kind of faith, but one which has granted them the strength to persevere in the wake of the flood. I hope you weren't expecting a grand feast by way of welcome. They are a simple people. Now, I would hear of your travels away from prying ears. Come.
The Lahir song is so iconic. When Soken sang it during the fan fest with an omatone, that version became a meme. It's so bad it's good.
I see. And now you seek the Light Warden of Raktika.
So we basically are working with non-threatening Ascians since they worship darkness. Yeah. Funny how that works.
In the days after I arrived in the First, I too relied upon the Crystal Exarch for guidance. But his penchant for secrecy and the telling of half-truths soon lost him my trust. And thus did I strike out on my own. My work eventually led me here to the forest, which I've come to know like the back of my hand. I cannot say with certainty where your quarry is hiding, but I am confident I can narrow the search.
Well, go on then.
Some few thousand years ago, this forest stood at the heart of the Empire of Ronga.
Excuse me.
A great many relics of that civilization can still be found to the east in Ixmaya. Or rather, could be found, were the area not fiercely guarded. Ixmaya, you see, is home to a tribe of warriors whose lineage is said to date back to the time of the Empire. Any attempt to enter their territory is met with lethal force. They offer no warnings, and suffer no trespasser to escape.
Vieira.
Needless to say, my every attempt to survey the area has been thwarted.
They sound like Vieira.
Mayhap the Warden hideth there, full knowing none may approach it for fear of these protectors.
As for the tablet, I find the timing of its discovery suspiciously convenient. If I did not know better, I would think someone was trying to curry favor with me. Regardless, it will take time to decipher these writings. Yet I would not be at all surprised if they somehow held the key to entering Ixmaya unmolested. The Exarch has a nose for serendipity.
If there is aught I can do to assist thee in unraveling their secrets, thou needst only ask.
Thank you, Urianger. I may well take you up on that offer. While we set to work, might I suggest you take a tour of the city? Should you be in any doubt as to the importance of your role as the Warrior of Darkness, the people here will surely cure you of it.
I must say, Stola, while most of us have struggled to come to terms with our altered circumstances, you seem to have adapted rather well.
Yeah.
Lest you forget, Master Matoya and I dedicated our lives to uncovering the truth which hides at the heart of our world. Though separate, the fate of this reflection is nevertheless bound to that of our home. That I would be daunted by such an invaluable opportunity is absurd. But what of you, Thancred? Could it be that you are still struggling to come to terms with the nature of your young companion?
Hostile.
My struggles are none of your concern. Quite why you would speak thus and in this company, I do not know. Perhaps you left more of yourself back in the source than I assumed. If you'll excuse me.
He understands that I'm not the same. That I'm not her.
That is some lean beef. 92% I'd wager.
Understands, perhaps, but does not accept. The question being whether he ever will. And whether you will, more importantly. As difficult as your circumstances may be, they are yours, not his. 'Tis you and you alone who bears ultimate responsibility for your life. But you need not make any hard choices now. Why not go and get some fresh air, clear your head?
I wouldn't call the Knights blessed Asians more like people longing for something they do not have, and only in the pure dark of caves can they have a respite. Yeah, if you get too much of one thing, you're gonna kind of want the opposite just to have some semblance of balance, probably. They actually turn it into a faith and a way of light. Yeah, they aren't the same, but you can't deny the similarities. It's not uncommon to people worshipping the sun. Mr. Secrets and confusing speech offering to help uncover secrets. Yeah, you aren't the same in Philia, but he doesn't see you as a replacement. Yeah, it's more so he's just still mourning, I guess, the loss of our usual Minfilia, I guess. I am not indifferent to Thancred's troubles. Nevertheless, I will not apologize for holding him to a higher standard after all these years. He has ever been a man of considerable resolve, and that is what I will continue to expect. Though it heartens me to know that some of us remain ourselves in spite of our present circumstances. I can but imagine how Alice and Alphino have changed since arriving here in the first. You're right, and after my untoward remarks to Thancred, no doubt he thinks I changed for the worst. I will have to speak with him later. Returning to the matter at hand, I must begin to work on deciphering this tablet. In the meantime, perhaps you should take a look about Slitherbow. If there's anything you need, pray speak with Runar at the plaza. Welcome, friend, welcome. My apologies for our less than hospitable greeting earlier. Tell me, what is your name? From where do you hail? From the Crystarium, I see. And this tablet you've brought may help us find the Light Warden here in Rectica? Well, you are welcome to stay with us for as long as you need. Come, let me show you around. Would it be alright if I joined you? Of course, anything for the guests of our dear Master Matoya. Thank you, she means a great deal to the Knights Blessed, doesn't she? If not for her, we may all have perished in the Great Fire. I figure it was the same thing from the trailer. With our priests slain and our home in ruins, we were at the mercy of the Sin Eaters. It was she who drove them back, and with her sage guidance we were able to rebuild. Before long she became a central figure in our community, a great oak within whose shadow many have come to find solace. That is not to say there were not those hesitant to grant an outsider such authority, myself included. Perhaps it is the smile in her eyes when she speaks of the sunless sea. I feel whole again, now that she is with us, and I have no doubt others feel the same. She is as much a part of the Knights Blessed as any of us, and we are grateful for all she does in service to the dark. But you did not hear this from me, yes? Now, you should know there are certain customs we ask guests to adhere to so long as they reside within Slitherbow. To show reverence to the dark? In a word, yes, but fear not, it is not too involved. Let us begin with something simple. Follow me. Should you see any of our people come to this chamber, they have likely returned from a journey beyond the borders of Raktika. We use the water stored here to cleanse ourselves of the light's impurity. A simple and perhaps peculiar custom, but it's one of our most important. Would you two kneel for just a moment that I might rid you of the light's impurity? That was a few drops. I thought he was gonna douse me. Thought I was gonna be soaking. Okay, it's just a light spray. And with that, you have been cleansed of the light's blighted touch. How do you feel? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not refreshed exactly, but I do feel different. Has this water been treated in some way? Only blessed by our priests, they are practiced in the arcane arts. As such, it is said their prayers imbue the water with a faint dark energy. A prickling sensation? No one has ever spoken of such a reaction before. I wouldn't say it was an unpleasant sensation, but I too felt something strange. The dark aspects of this water should have no discernible effect, unless... By the gods, Master Matoya was right! You are Sin Eaters! I jest. What you felt was likely no more than a chill of the water. Perhaps now would be a good time for you to acquaint yourselves with the people of Slitherbow. For that, I must teach you a customary greeting. Alain Tuta, in the language of Ronka, it is one of the several ways one might say good evening. The word is not as safe as it once was, and this greeting lets us quickly discern friend from foe. Is there a handshake or gesture we should know too? I would hate to offend anyone. You need not worry, merely speak the words Alain Tuta, and they will know you as friends of the blessed. I will await your return here. Now go. They are like to be heartened by your knowledge on our ways. Kneel before your new... Wait, they're supposed to be the good guys here. That's funny. Newly come traveler, Alan Chishi, and welcome to Slithersbow. You must forgive us if we seem strangely reserved. We are a quiet and taciturn people. Silent and serene as the sunless sea, the quiet makes it easy to discern the presence of eaters and other dangers here in the woods. Alan Chisi, welcome, friend. I take it you will remain in these woods for some time, yes? Be wary of these woods. You will find poison in near everything you see. But fear not, our medicinal tea will keep you healthy. Ask and it is yours. Everyone was so kind and gracious. I was nervous at first, but already I'm starting to feel at home. There is still much I have to learn about the Knights Blessed, but their faith and strength of will is nothing short of inspiring. I can see now how they've built such a thriving community. Ah, you are returned. Very good. No doubt they were glad of your company. It has been too long since we had visitors. Remember, if you have any questions or if there's anything you need, do not hesitate to ask. Speaking of which, we must arrange food and lodgings for your stay. As friends of Master Matoya, we cannot ask for payment, but if you would be willing to lend a hand... I cannot see this phrase without getting some instant fucking PTSD, bro. What the hell? The cursed sentence. We are fortunate indeed to play host to such generous souls. The task I have in mind is simple enough. All I ask is that you take a jug and water the crops in the square. May I help too? Of course. One of you can do the filling and the other the watering. Speak with Irsabel when you have finished. She will be relieved to hear the crops have been tended to. Shenanigans abound. Thanks for the warning. While you take care of that, I will see to your room and a warm meal. The forest truly is paradise. Right then, I'll fill you water. This was the only jug I could find which was small enough to lift, but I'm afraid there's a crack in the bottom. You need to hurry to the garden before all the water leaks out. What the hell is this? What transporting entails, certain duties require the transporting of items to a designated location while carrying out this attack. Use of action will be restricted and you'll be granted transporting status effect. You must be wary of attacks as they will sap your strength. You will lose it when the effect duration expires or you change areas. 45 seconds! That's probably not that bad. At least I didn't have to run into any enemies. You have watered half of the pot. Fetch another jug of water, take care of the rest. Oh my god, it's a literal fetch quest. It is a literal fetch quest in every sense of the word. You were able to hold off the blade of a massive giant, but this water is exhausting. Yeah, funny how that works. Well met, travelers. I observed you earlier speaking with the others. Have you need of something? You watered the crops. Ah, my apologies for not noticing sooner. I have been rather distracted of late. Watering the crops was always, Todia's duty, but she's no longer with us. We have since taken to sharing the duty, though never with guests. You are most kind. Is there anything we can do to help? We could plant something if you like. There is no need. The plot is small, it is true, but it provides us with enough to survive. We ask for no more. I don't know how you manage. Have the blessed not considered leaving? Life would surely be easier almost anywhere else. I can understand why you might say that, but the easiest path is not always the right one. Tell me, do you know our history? How our faith came to be? Yes, I believe so. The Knights Blessed was initially formed by those who lost their homes in the wake of the flood. What began as an occasional gathering of survivors eventually grew into a community, which ultimately decided to strike out on its own into Eradicate Greatwood. I see you have read your history. But there is a history that is told and one that is lived. Like so many of those times, the first of the Knights Blessed lost everything, their homes, their loved ones, all that they held dear. To make matters worse, none could say what became of those souls, of the souls of those lost to the flood when their bodies were reborn as sin-eaters. The people were without answers, without hope, their gods having drowned along with everything else. It seemed that nothing was beyond the reach of the light. But they soon realized where there is light, there must be darkness. And in that truth they found a new faith, a belief that the souls of the departed could yet find peace beyond these burning skies, in the sunless sea above. That is why we pray, for the safe passage of wayward souls unto that blessed black abyss, for the return of the night, that we may someday look upon the kingdom of the heavens with our own eyes. We remain in these woods for the selfsame reason our founders first chose them, that we may lead lives of simplicity, with the shade of these trees as a constant reminder of our faith. With so many seeking paradise in Yulmore, it's refreshing to find people who value a humbler existence. You are kind to say so. Many consider our way of life foolish, and so it must seem to those who yet cling to their worldly possessions. In times such as these, when everything can be taken away in an instant, it is all too easy to lose sight of why we fight to go on living. It is not to hold fast to material things, but to hold those who went before us in our hearts, to keep alive the legacy they have left us. This we must do for them, our children and generations yet unborn. To keep their legacy alive. Something like that. More work. Yay. Done tending to the crops already? Very good. It should not be long before your room is ready. Runar. Shit happened. Shit happened. I can tell. Shit happened. I can feel it in the air. In the woods. Sin eaters. I fear they may have the touch. Where? In the grove in the southwest. For a mercy, they have yet to wander any closer to the slither bough. Then we have no need to engage. Inform the guard that no one is to set foot outside the village until they have moved on. But sir, what of Todia's Heartstone? It must be retrieved before the service. Of all the times for Sin Eaters to appear. Are you just going to leave them alone? Under normal circumstances, we would not hesitate in striking the beast down, but if they indeed have the touch, I will not risk them corrupting one of our own. What was that you said about a stone? A few days pass. Todia, a child of the Knights Blessed, was slain by the Sin Eaters. We succeeded in retrieving our body, but in our haste, we failed to notice her necklace was gone. Strung to it was a pendant of jade, her heartstone. All of the Knights Blessed are given such a stone at birth. It is the most valuable possession one can own. It is custom to present the heartstone of the deceased at their funeral as an offering to the heavens, but now... What if I could find it for you? I've experienced fighting Sin Eaters, and the light's corruption does not touch me like it does the others. Master Matoya called you Minfilia, did she not? Are you truly the Minfilia, descended from the Oracle? Even so, I dare not ask you to risk your life for the blessed. I understand how you feel, but I can't say by knowing that you people are in need of... Sorry, I can't stand by knowing that you people are in need and I can help. Please let me do this. Very well, but if the dangers prove too great and you must retreat, I could never forgive myself if we were forced to hold a second service. I nearly forgot about Thancred. What if he returns before I do? He can't get mad at what he doesn't know about. Do you mean to say you'll come with me? Thank you. Let's hurry then before he returns. Go swiftly, and may the shadows keep you both. Best way to teach these newcomers about our culture is to make them do all the shit work. Yeah. You can tell you've stepped outside of the village limits when you hear that first lahi. You've just lawed your last he. There, the Sin Eaters. Ah, it's one of these. Two of these. I was hoping there would only be one. There's no way we can search for the stone without dealing with them first. Okay, then I'll beat the shit out of them. What? Shouldn't we make a plan for it? Yeah, the plan is to frickin' put a sword through them until they die. Though there are only 2. Yeah, exactly. I'll draw one of them away, you deal with the other. See, and this other one's dead. See, that wasn't so bad. Oh. Hey, you okay? Weapons. There you are. It's done. Though I fear I was a bit careless. I'll do better next time, I promise. I'm fine. You needn't worry about me. More important, we need to find that Heartstone. They said it was made of jade, right? I'll search over there in the brush. Gonna make it real hard for me to find this thing, huh? Did I check here already? I don't even remember. Found it. Did you have any luck? It's beautiful. This has to be it. You know, Thancred always said you were a woman of many talents, and I think I'm beginning to understand what he meant. I have much to learn if I'm even to be half the hero you are. The hero she was. I'm sorry, forget I said anything. We should hurry back to Slitherbow. Runer and the others are probably worried. Thank goodness you are safe. I begun to fear the worst. By all that is dark, you found it. We can proceed with her service as planned. These blessed gems serve not only to protect us in life, but to guide our spirits into the sunless sea in the hereafter. Even should we be filled by the Sin Eaters, so long as these gems are recovered, our souls are ensured peace in the dark. Words fail to express my gratitude for this kindness you have done for the blessed. I must insist you and your friends attend Todia's service as honored guests. There is still much we must do to prepare, but please go and inform the others it will be held in the darker. When you arrive, there should be an attendant present to explain the proceedings. Weapons and I learned so much about the Knights Blessed while you were away, and we helped them recover a lost heirloom out in the woods. I know I wasn't supposed to leave, but they really needed our help. There were Sin Eaters, and as long as she accompanied you, but do try to be more careful. Your injuries could have been a lot worse. How did you... Let's just say a little bird told me, and it's telling me now that Weapons has business with us. Is something the matter? They've access to attend the service. Of course we'll go. It's being held in the darker, isn't it? We'll take care not to be late, I promise. Oh, wrong way.
It seemed only right that we show our faces. May we join you?
Yay, voice acting.
Let us begin. I thank you all for coming to pay respects to our fallen daughter of the night. In the light, she was known as Todia, but in the dark, we shall remember her always as Menine. Let us each take a moment to offer her our prayers. We entrust her now to the night's sweet embrace. In darkness will she be free from pain and suffering, now and forevermore. May her soul find peace in the sunless sea of heaven, and in the love we bear for her in our hearts.
That vessel represents the night sky, the sunless sea of heaven.
Hmm.
We call upon you now, O bringer of shadow, to lead this gentle soul onto the sea. We call upon you, O warrior of darkness, to deliver her onto paradise everlasting.
Huh, wonder who that's for. All the people who have died so far. That sunless sea's looking pretty bright. A lot of dead people.
I am told you assisted in the preparations for the service. On behalf of the Blessed, you have my sincerest thanks. The enduring legend of the Warrior of Darkness owes much to the traditions of these people. And none were more ardent in their faith than Todia. She would have been greatly moved by your presence.
The glaze
You
is
might not
looking a
deliver
little
her to the
thick.
heavens, but if you could deliver the night sky to her people, the real night sky, it would be the next best thing.
Could say those that came before us. Yeah. Maybe.
Their prayers would finally be answered. They could gaze up at the firmament and see their ancestors in every twinkle of the stars. We cannot allow their hopes and dreams to drown in the light. We have to bring back the dark. If we don't, who will? Forgive me, thinking of all those we have lost.
No, it's all right. We will bring back the dark.
Mayhaps sooner than later, in fact.
Hmm?
Urianger and I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were most illuminating. Let us reconvene in my chambers. We have much to discuss.
Oh, do tell. Alright, I'll be right back. Back. Let's see what Y'shtola's got to say. Good, you're here. Thanks to the Exarch's gift, our next course of action is now clear. Oh, is it? Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Ronkin Empire, and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get into, what was it, Ixmaja? Indeed we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally of the Ronkin Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat the ruin's protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Ronkin texts and translations into a more modern dialect, which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Cydia, quite close to Slitherbow, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of dark worshippers, the Children of the Everlasting Dark. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I am afraid that I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. Then let us convene outside, to the west of Slitherbow where the path diverges. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has aught to share of their recent activity. But we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I would avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin and usher them into the sunless sea. I would rather not sully my hands defending myself against such madmen. Oh, look what we have here. By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You are an acquaintance of Master Matoya then, my apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange? What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poisons from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers. It's as if they're preparing for something. Yeah, probably war. Probably gonna use them to attack you. Any ideas as to what? Could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the Blessed, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. Or perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nests where they keep them, the children will be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Set them loose on the nest, and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We should have smoke bombs at the outpost just over there. Then it's settled. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visit, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Welp. Okay, now for the second one. The Mighty Bee Slayer. Going from fighting frickin' Bayonetta angels and other shit to, you know, bees. How rude. You must become the warrior of darkness. And apparently the warrior of honey. They left that part of the job description was in fine print, it seems. The children's settlement is to the west, a place called Woven Oath. According to the guard, there's an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spider's nest. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. Up there is the airway. Do you see it? A bit far perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes keeping it closed. Enough that it falls open when it lands inside. God damn, I can't read. May I do the honors? That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees by the abyss, they're everywhere. Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders! It sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you should come to blows with stuttered again. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it that any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy you stolen more time. Should anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred. The shadows are a fitting place for our warrior of darkness. Now, if both of you are ready... Yeah, interesting way they set this up. Let me try the other way. Okay, I guess it's this way. Excuse me, coming through with my loud-ass motorcycle. Okay, fine, you're still in range. Let's go. The font of seeing suggests this is the chamber for prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions for their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed and the Children, in fact. We're not like to come here a second time. 'Twould behoove us to learn all that we can. Okay, it's another one of these. Mural appears to be very old. Ruler sits atop a throne attended by their subjects. The knight shields himself and their comrades from encroaching darkness. Central figure is considerably faded. Warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior, rejoicing in their victory.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this.
Oh. Random Ardbert call.
There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces. He offered us work when we needed it, slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was, but he had a good heart. He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends, a tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day.
When you're sleeping, when you're eating, and when you're offline. Oh my god.
Then you'll all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself? I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way, after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder.
Oh, so this must have been when they went to go stop the darkness in their world. Well, obviously this happened before the flood, but maybe he painted this, afterwards. Who knows?
Rather faded, isn't it? Compared to the others. Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
Maybe.
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Weapons, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Depictions of heroes from the Age of Gods, the Ronkan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiques. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. Sort of surprising that we never mentioned that we can constantly see Ardbert. Even Y'shtola can't see him. Ominous. Let's hurry to Slitherbow. The others are waiting. After we've returned, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. How close is it to the Aetherite? Yeah, I'll just teleport back there. Weapons. The guard told me you left with Master Matoya to Woven Oath, and no sooner did you return Then she locks herself away in her chambers without so much a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe, and that's all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. Why not have a seat there by the fire? The stew will be ready soon.
Strange. The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer.
Maybe they're cooked themselves.
We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it?
See what?
The blessing may spare her the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. She is not as she was in the Source.
Wait, what? Oh no, I thought everything was good. I thought I could. Well, you mean that purifying Light Warden thing has side effects? But I have plot armor.
Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that she has been suffused with their light.
So I'm so susceptible to being ODing on light, basically. I just have a higher tolerance for it than everyone else, I figure.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already. Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions.
Larping all those light souls can't be good for your health, and now you know why she didn't recognize you at first. Yeah, that explains that, I guess.
But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, I can just, sleep it off, Maybe it'll give me the runs on the way out the other end, but, I think it'll be fine.
I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
Help! Someone help!
We are overdosing on...
We're under attack!
Oh, for the love of... Somehow that's more eye-rolling than the Sin Eaters. We are overdosing on everlasting life. Yeah, you could call it an overdosing heavenly bliss. Do, 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 do. Had to get up for another second. I'm back now. Oh, hey Kevin, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm pretty good. Boring week, but yeah, we're closing it off with some FF14. You have to wonder how this place survives so long when every 5 minutes a disaster happens. I think that's really Eorze in a nutshell, honestly. Always something going on. Guess who's back? Back again? Yeah. Well, it's a miracle this continent has survived for a century. Meanwhile, in Yulmore. Haven't tuned into your streams in a while. Yeah. I get it. People are busy. Alright, he did say he was coming to negotiate with, Vothri. I wonder if he's gonna lag out my stream again.
Lord Vothri, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
I think he meant to say gluttonous.
Disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling warriors of darkness. They have slain sin-eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy.
Villainy? We have done nothing but help the environment, good sir. What has your fat ass been doing?
I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers, so I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Because he had quite the racket going, and now we're interrupting it.
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream, an exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin-Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation. With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion. They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king, nay, a god.
Dude, this guy's head is literally melting into, like, his frickin' quadruple chin neck. Holy shit. This is such a funny angle.
I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss. Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need.
May we suggest a gym on that list as well? I think Yulmore could do with one, definitely.
Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin-Eaters exist. to unite the world under my dominion.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
Oh? What you call me?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power.
He said bloated.
But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome. And we will, once we eliminate the Sin Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now. And the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making? Or even 100?
You underestimate them, Lord 4-3. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know, that their children may never know. I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears. These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains. And I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
Yes. Attach the GigaChat image.
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
Why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable!
What?
Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eaters' defense.
Oh, okay, so he was having this conversation right while my group is in knockoff Gridania doing our stuff. Okay, and that's why Yulmore is attacking. Okay, I understand now.
Insurrection will not be tolerated. The people of this world are mine to rule, mine to command. And you are no exception.
Hey, what the fuck is this?
What? How did he? Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
Earthquake. Magnitude 8. Careful. That whole city's gonna come crashing down if... you know. Alright, it's old Xenos.
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
Ranjit's back, tell a friend. Yeah.
I do. I presume that is your doing.
Is he dead? Nah, he's still breathing. I guess he's wounded.
If you have come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands. By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
Oh, hell no.
Is that so? And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness?
We have reached an accord, yes.
Probably a truce. Yeah.
Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulmore's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
Something that I don't understand. This Ranjit guy, he's pretty powerful. And Vothry's just like some fat ass, you know, we know how Vothry be moving, or not moving, if you want to put it that way. So why is this guy taking orders from Vothry? Like, what kind of hold does Vothry have over him? Or is there something else I'm missing here? I'm just saying, he seems like the more competent, you know, person in the partnership.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith.
Oh, of course, only the radicals are allowed to, you know, do their stuff. The moderates who are just chilling, nah, they gotta go. Of course. Sure. Sure, buddy.
You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed.
Sure, buddy.
Little wonder the warrior of darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed Shadow at bay.
What? I'm literally... Alright. They don't know I'm here. Okay.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmore to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, but you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those zealots?
Pretty much.
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
And should we refuse?
They're probably gonna kill us. Or at least beat the shit out of us.
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmore and dealt with as such.
Y'shtola's seeing red. Oh wait, she can't see anything. Sorry. She's sensing red. Whatever the blind person equivalent of seeing red is.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
The word she's hearing is making burning red. Okay, let me look at chat. You have to wonder... I think I read all this. Good man, having 2 new streams while watching all the crazies on Twitter with the Stellar Blade sequel. I really don't care what the haters say, honestly. I'm really excited for that game. And I have a weakness for, you know, hand-to-hand monk combatants, so you know, I still need to play the first one, but the second one definitely looks good too. And yeah, I won't really get like all into that, but yeah, Stellar Blade 2 looks good. We meet again, Vol 3. Yeah, it's always a good laugh when Vol 3's on screen. To be fair, Vol 3, your soldiers have been instructing us more than if anything, it's been the opposite. Vol 3 is just mad because he wanted to eat the Light Wardens himself. It should have been me, not him. Or her, in this case, because my Warrior of Light is a girl. He's fat. He is fat. Peak human form. The consequences of too little activity. How can you snap the neck of a man with no neck? He's immortal. Y'all are killing me. Break his bones like in Kengan Ashura. Good luck reaching his bones. Yeah, we fight for the good of everyone. Yeah, and then the Exarch sent a double. And Ranjit's back. I will not stand for this. Cries the fatty that probably couldn't stand at all. Oh, Ranjit and Vothri's. Okay, spoilers. All right, I won't press further then. The thing with Ranjit is that he's doing this because he wants to. Vothri sat on him once. It was a hell he never wanted to experience. Oh god. We will never stop the Vothri roasting. Won't say anything else. Petty disputes in a nutshell. Yeah, that's fucked up. They'll let the radicals who like hurting people, they'll let them stay, but yeah, they'll probably, because I guess it'll help them like with their these people who worship darkness are like really bad or whatever. Like, I guess it helps push their narrative so they're okay with them staying. The word she's hearing is, yeah, making burning red. At least they were smart enough not to end this dramatic cutscene with an immediate lie. Don't worry, we'll hear it again soon enough. We'll hear it again soon enough. The guard hath been afflicted with a most terrible and efficacious poison. We have attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poison's advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. How fareth the young guard? The poison spread throughout his system long before he was brought here. At present, there is naught we can do but try to ease his pain. What did they poison him with? Jesus. Do not blame yourselves, my friends. All that can be done has been done. Even had we reached him sooner, it would have made little difference. The children employ countless poisons. Finding a suitable antidote is a nigh impossible task. What of the rest of the blessed? How have they taken the news of Yulmore's generous proposition? With anger and dismay, we cannot hope to oppose both them and the children. I considered a convocation of all the knights blessed that we might consider their ultimatum, but I know how they will answer. Master Matoya, I am truly sorry. We cannot abandon our faith. But there is no reason for you to suffer for our decision. Your work is not yet done, and you still have time to flee. Flee? Well, what I'm thinking is we can just kill the Light Warden, bring back Knight, and then both sides of the issue, except for Yulmore, is going to look and be like, "Oh wow, okay, problem solved. We've got the Knight back. Yay! Like, let's do that." Maybe? I don't know. I am not wont to run from my troubles. In fact, with weapons arrival, I am minded to take the offensive. The Yulmorian's presence here plainly stems from a desire to protect the Light Warden. I say we seek it out and slay the creature before they return. Thank you! Okay, cool. I wasn't crazy for saying that. Were darkness to fall over Raktika, they would have no cause to remain. True, exactly. All of which is rather easier said than done, unless, of course, you finally deciphered the tablet. I have, as a matter of fact, and with it we can prepare everything we need to enter Eek's Maja. What say you all? We will need to act quickly, but I believe it can be done. We cannot deny our fate, but one course lieth before us. Kill the Light Warden! Good, I have the blessed in your capable hands, Runar. Very well. I see there is no change in your mind, but all that is by all that is dark, I swear to keep the blessed safe. Oh shit, you're in the dark forest spot too? Yeah. Raktika, the what's it called? Novarnt's equivalent of Gridania, yeah, I'm in there. Although it looks like we're headed for the Light Warden, so I figure it probably won't be much longer till I clear this area. But yeah, according to the tablet, we will first need to obtain a seal used to identify the allies of Ronka in times past. One such seal should be waiting for us in a complex of underwater ruins not far from here. You have some experience with subaquatic excursions, do you not? Then this should prove a simple task for you. The ruins we seek are at the bottom of Lake Tusi Mekta. While you see to that, Minfilia and I will remain here to help shore up Slitherbow's defenses. Your aid would be greatly appreciated. Can't let those swimming mechanics go to waste. Hey, at least I can... At least underwater traversal is... Oh, there it is again. Lahi! I'm gonna be hearing that in my sleep. You can use your mount underwater, so it's not all bad. I still can't fly here yet, though. There you are, ready for a swim? The seal we seek should be stored in the chamber somewhere inside the ruins beneath the lake. However, the entrance is seemingly protected by a subtle locking mechanism rooted in the symbolism of the Ronkan culture. The Ronkans sought to live in harmony with nature and considered certain animals to be sacred. Foremost in their pantheon was the snake, portrayed as the protector of the wood and arbiter of life and death. Below it were four others, each equal in rank: the Koro, the Colibri, the Oppo-Oppo, and the Wolf, characterized as the bringers of liberty, words, enlightenment, and harmony, respectively. To open the chamber containing the seal, the tablet states that one must pay due deference to 3 of these beasts by placing one's palm on monuments wrought in their image, and that this must be done in a specific sequence. If my interpretation is correct, the order can be discerned from the 3 commandments which follow. Give praise unto the snake, by its strength do our lands prosper. Be as the Oppo-Oppo, rivalry thy kin. As all parts seek betterment, so too does the whole. Be as the wolf, move as one. Peace comes to all who seek harmony with their kin. The tablet says naught of the placement, size, or appearance of the monument. Alas, hopefully all will become clear when you reach the bottom of the lake. Go safely. Sure. Thanks for the TED Talk, I guess. Snake, Oppo-Oppo, wolf. Okay. Not too bad of mechanics. It's probably one of my favorite zone themes in Shadowbringers, despite how much it's been memed. Okay, first statue. Well, I gotta go further down? Okay, now I'm down far enough. Or maybe I'm not. Oh, okay, I see it. Let's go find that second one. What the hell? Did they just poison me? Oh my god. Oh wait. Maybe I did it in the wrong order. Should I pull up to gang stalk you through Shadowbringers? I think I'm like 2 quests behind you. Yeah, maybe after I'm out of the water, since it's probably gonna be hard to find me down here. Okay. Snake monkey, well, okay. It never dawned on me that, okay, they kinda... Now I just gotta go find the seal. Didn't even know. Okay. No, I'm not too far. Door opens to reveal a pedestal on which rests a medallion. You can take it and secure it inside your clothing. Okay. Now we can finally go back to Y'shtola. Oh, I see lag in the preview. I think it's gone now. Did you find it? Yes, I did. That was more trouble than it was worth. This medallion, it bears the owl insignia of the Empire. There can be no doubt. This is the seal of Ronka. Well done, weapons. We can begin our preparations to enter Eek's Maga. Fuck. Eek's Maga in earnest. Y'shtola would waste no time in heading to Eek's Maga. Bearing this seal, it should be possible to enter Eek's Maga unmolested by its guardians. I will go ahead to Slither's bow and inform the others when you have recovered from your exertions. Meet with us in the cavern leading east out of the village. Make the 13th shard great. Gonna need a lot of light for that. Make the 13th shard great again. Gonna need a lot of light for that. Oh my goodness. That was one hell of a slip of the tongue. Did I attune to this one yet? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Alright. Good, you're here. Runar opened the gate for us but moments ago. Beyond lies Eek's Maga, presumably the White Warden. It did not take long for the Woods Protectors to find me when I last came here, and I expect them to fall upon us just as quickly this time. Though we carry the seal, that is no reason for us to let down our guard. Now let us seek out the Warden and put an end to its reign over these woods. Oh look, blue flowers. Reminds me of the pleroma grass. Just a bit. I remember when pleroma grass was blue. Good times. Welp.
It would seem we have found them.
Yay, voice acting. I don't have to read. I figured they were Vieira.
You trespass upon sacred ground. Be gone!
I love the spirit veins. I love going on a picnic and getting jumped by cryptids.
come to?
Damn you, Stoa, don't get put out of commission too early. You already didn't get much screen time in Stormblood. Your win rate's looking pretty low, is all I'm saying.
Stop, we mean you no harm.
Sister, is that...
We are allies of the Empire of Ronka. As is customary, we come bearing the seal of the Emperor.
Turns out we're on different servers, by the way, so I can't visit until the next update. Okay. How many weeks from now is that? Probably a couple. I don't really keep up with all the patch updates. She did the thing.
It appears to be genuine.
Didn't expect her to be teleporting around like that.
Then perhaps there's yet hope.
Perhaps. We acknowledge your seal, but we must be certain of its authenticity. Follow the azure flowers to our village. There we will judge if you are friend or foe.
Try not to stray from the path. All right? Follow the flowers. Would it kill them to escort us?
Well, at least they're not trying to kill us.
But if it affords us an opportunity to investigate Ixmaya, fine.
Oh, Ixmaya. Okay, that's what it's called. Pleroma grass indeed. People assume the server travel update will be in late summer or fall, so rip. Oh. Hold on. So you're on a different server. Like a different, like, data center or like a, just a different... Because isn't there a way that, like, y'all can do, I think one of y'all did it before where, like, you were on a different server, but I was still able to invite you or something. I don't remember exactly how it worked. Or if it works the way I'm thinking. Okay, you're a different data center. Okay, maybe it is. In Basel. Yeah, I'm on... whatever the North American one is, that's the one I'm on. I would have the seal that we may confirm its authenticity. Straight to the point, I see. Very well. There's no mistaking the crest of the royal family. It is of proper size, and by its weight it is plain it was made from gold. The seal is indeed genuine. For 3,000 years we have waited for this moment, and now you are finally here. I bid you welcome, allies of Ronka. I am Almit, a chieftainess of Fano. Yuimet, her younger sister. Saimet, a pleasure. We were beginning to lose hope that you would come. I beg your pardon. These are troubled times for my people. Though I can but imagine what has compelled you to venture into our woods. You must be tired after your journey. Come, take your ease. If you'd like, I will show you about the village, though I must warn you, it is a long way down to the forest floors, so do watch your step. You can only invite people to cross-world parties if they are in the same data center at the moment. And you can travel between data centers on the login screen. There are 3 North American data. I'm in Aether and I think you're in Crystal. There's 4 data centers. Aether, Crystal, Light, and Dynamis. I think Dynamis is new. I just need to get out of Zalaria, not gonna lie, absolute hellhole. Actually Primal rather than Light. What's going on in Zalara? Or whatever it's called. This way, what's your name? Weapons. And this is a common name nowadays. How times change. But I digress. Come and be sure to watch your step. Yeah, Dynamis is the newest. You remember the billboard incident? Apparently it spawned from there. Billboard incident? I have no idea what you're talking about. FFXIV billboard incident. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'll give like a synopsis of it. I did a quick lookup of it. So apparently there was this ERP group or whatever, and they tried to advertise, I guess, whatever they were doing. It was not safe for work, by the way. But yeah, they tried to advertise what they were doing by like putting their ad on like a literal real life billboard, and they put like a whole bunch of Square Enix trademarks on it, and I think that got them in like some legal trouble or whatever. Something like that. That's crazy. I was like, what does he mean, billboard incident? And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh yeah, I did hear about that. As bearers of the seal, you have a right to know what became of the Empire and my people's purpose here. We are descendants of the palace guard which served under the last emperor, and to this day we carry on the duty of our forebears, the final decree of his eminence before Ronka's fall. By the wisdom of our people was Ronka made to thrive. Such knowledge must never be forgotten, nor may it be suffered to fall into the hands of the wicked. Keep it secret, keep it safe, and look to the coming of our allies. Unto them you shall bequeath our all, and thus will Ronka live on. By his command we have remained in the Raktika Greatwood, guardians of Ronka's ruins, and the wisdom held within. I hope thou will not think the question impertinent, but did thy's people famed longevity perchance play a part in the Emperor's decision to entrust this mission unto thee and thine? That was one reason, yes. We V's, I guess Vieira here are called V's. The V channel. V Sports. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We V's would easily live to see 3 of your elven lifetimes. We were also the fiercest fighters. There are none more fit than us to stand watch over the remains of Ronka. I did hear about that pure foolishness. I mean, yeah, it's kind of surreal because you kind of think like, if you're gonna promote something so niche, at least promote it within the game. Alright, fine, if you want to frickin' holler it out in the middle of Limsa or whatever, sure, but like an actual billboard, like, oh my god. I mean, 90% of the people driving past aren't even going to know what you're talking about, because kind of goes back to the frickin' video I made on, like, well-known on the internet versus well-known in real life. Like, it's such a weird thing to even think about, but yeah. Anyway, our duty has grown even more perilous in the wake of the flood. Settlements such as this one were plentiful before the light claimed dominion over the land, but now, Fanau is all that remains. Our numbers dwindle year by year. Before long, there will be no one left to honor the Emperor's wishes. And you believe we are the allies for whom you have waited? You have the seal, do you not? After 3 millennia of waiting, that alone is nothing short of a miracle. Truth be told, I had begun to think you would never come. Sister. And we are glad of your presence here in the Greatwood. The wisdom of Ronka is yours should you wish it. You need only ask. Limsa will be a hive of scum and villainy till the server explodes. And yet the strip clubs can be found in Yulmore and Ul'dah. Well, Yulmore kind of makes sense. Ul'dah, I mean... Well, I would say Ul'dah probably has the biggest concentration of rich people, though. I mean... Yeah, it's a bit more on-brand in those places, at least. I guess Yulmore and Ul'dah would be like the most degenerate places in canon, like in the game's world. But like gameplay wise, like with the added effect of like the actual players, it's actually turns out to be Limsa. At least from what I've seen. I play on Balmung, so you know. Going to Limsa 9 times out of 10, you know, you do kind of find some very interesting stuff there. There is a canonical strip club in Ul'dah. It's known as the Miners Guild. Good one. Ul'dah's a den of rich guys who spend money. Limsa is filled with more with sex slavery and debauchery. Ul'dah is more classy. Yeah. And the Gridanians are just chilling, you know. I knew I picked right when I picked Gridania for the starting city. Although I was only thrown into Gridania because I wanted to be a dragoon. So, yeah, that's really why. My apologies, but I do not know where it makes its lair. Yuimet, do you recall any sightings of this creature? Not these past 30 summers. 30? But that would mean... How old are you exactly? Well, they did say they're like 3 times as old as Urianger, and I figure if my knowledge of fantasy is anything to go by, Elazin probably lived quite a bit anyway, so... Young enough to remember. With age comes knowledge. There may yet be one among us who has seen or heard of the abomination you seek. We have leave to speak with the other V's then? But of course. Then we should split up and inquire individually. If someone knows something, I would hear it while there is yet time to act. It was not my intention to pry, but your voices carry far. I know what it is you would ask of me. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I have not seen the White Warden. I patrol the ruins perimeter regularly, and if it were hiding nearby, I would know about it. Oh yeah, and let me attune to that aetheryte over there before I forget. Gridania, what is this strip club you speak of? Limsa Lower Decks has the largest concentration of 2B bottoms in the game. I will say I cannot wait to do those near raids, mostly because I want the outfits. I want to dress my character and make her look like 2B. Cue the frickin' Buzz Lightyear on the shelf meme. Anyway. Seriously, in 1.0, the Miners Guild operated out of a strip club with strippers you can talk to and everything. They changed them to dancers in 2.0, though. Oh. Good luck with the stream weapon, somebody. Yeah, thanks, Chalsis. And the first words I heard when I came were Among Us. Real quick, remind me of the name of this village again. I hope the White Warden is a bunny girl this time. What was this village called? I already forgot. Oh, Fano? Okay. Mostly because I want the outfits. Weapons is learning that the most important endgame of FFXIV is glamours. By the gods, allies of the Empire, my sincerest apologies for failing to note your arrival. It was the Warden you wished to know about, yes. My mother, may she rest in peace, told me one of its appearance in these words. Before settling here in Fanau, she lived in a village near Raktika Falls until it was destroyed by the Sin Eaters. While out on patrol one day, she spotted a swarm of the abominations, one of which was different from the rest. It was larger for one thing, but what struck her was the way its fellows seemed to revere it. She was convinced that what she had seen was the White Warden. Yeah, the glamour system is really detailed. I do like it. You know, I've already made a Randy look-alike in terms of a costume. I can actually, maybe when I get to the maybe when I'm ready to finish, I can show it off. But yeah, I do like how detailed the glamour system is in this game. The White Warden, no, I have not seen it, but I have witnessed the horrors of the lesser eaters, how they are wont to hunt in packs and carry off their victims rather than consuming them on the spot. I suspect the Warden is a grotesque, corpulent thing waiting patiently for its minions to bring its next meal. I see your minion hanging out over here. You're not slick. You search for the Light Warden. I cannot say I've ever laid eyes on it. Our duty is to protect the ruins, nothing more. We have no need to strike out in search of such a foe. My favorite glam is my blue red mage. I was a blue red mage too. Before I got a bunch of clothes, I made my red mage dressed as Lady Iceheart. Alright. I do wish that... One thing about this game, I wish that the inventory space was a bit bigger because of glamour. And also too, that you could like select multiple items. Like when you're cleaning your inventory out and you want to delete stuff, you have to delete them one at a time. I wish you could do like you could select multiple items at once. That would definitely help, I think. I pray the others were able to provide what I could not. Near Rectica Falls. Why was I not told of this? I think I see now why it has never been spotted on our patrols. I have never heard of this Rectica Falls, but I can assume it lies deep within the woods of Maja. Just so, but the tunnel which leads there collapsed after a rather bloody battle with the Eaters, and has not been passable for many years. We made several attempts to clear away the rubble, yet each time we were driven back. In the end, we were forced to give it up as lost, thereby making it a suitable place for the Warden to take sanctuary. There is perhaps one way to enter, though it would be at great peril to you and your companions. The Quitana Ravel, a temple to the northeast. Dungeon time? It has been sealed for centuries, but within is a path that leads to the falls. Can it be opened? For the allies of Ronka, it can. First, we must go to the Kamul Astropolis. Once the flow of magic is restored there, the path through the Quitana Ravel can be opened. This may sound a simple task, but there are certain obstacles which prevent us from attending to it ourselves, and we know not how to overcome them. The Emperor never granted our forebears leave to look upon the secrets we are charged with protecting. That we might not be tempted, the means to do so were withheld from us. We can but show you the way, the rest will be up to you. It would seem we have our work cut out for us then, shall we? Let us be about it then. If that is your wish, it is my duty to escort you. While we attend to matters at the Kamul Astropolis, I would ask that your sisters accompany Urianger and Thancred and share with them all they can of these woods. While we have every intention of investigating Rectica Falls, 'tis yet possible the White Warden dwells elsewhere. With that in mind, it would behoove us to prepare an alternative course of action. Uemet, Simet, I leave them to you. Yes, sister. Should our present course prove false, doubt not but that Thancred and I shall find any and all possible paths forward. As a... Oh, computer science. You can probably understand that, yeah. Do you use your Chocobo saddle for extra inventory sake? I forgot I had that. This system was designed in a legacy format where each item needs to be deleted from a database one at a time. Deleting a bunch of random places in memory is hard when you're getting a zillion requests from a database perspective. Basically, fuck legacy code. That's why good coding design and practice is such an important subject in computer science. Yeah, to prevent so much avoidable pain down the line. Yeah, you don't. It's not just about like doing the thing. You also have to make sure you future-proof it for as long as possible to make it easier for, let's say, somebody else picks it up. You know, they're not going to know it the way you know it, and you know, it saves a lot of headache. I agree with you. Almet stands ready to guide you through the ruins, okay. What you seek lies in the heart of the Kamul Astropolis. Unfortunately, it too was sealed shut by his order of his eminence. If we are to open it, we must first look to the morning stars. Come, I will show you the way. Alright. Wait, you haven't done your Chocobo quest yet, so... Isn't the Chocobo quest what gives you the ability to use your mount? Oh, whoa. Thing's level 80. Well, I'm not that far behind it. But still. Oh, by the way, how are you liking Dark Knight? I kind of wish, it seems like the amount of skills you learn between levels 70 and 80 are pretty few and far between. I was kind of hoping for a bit more, but, you know, it's a cool looking class. You were able to keep up, I see. Well done. Glad you're LARPing as what the Warrior of Light has shown to play for the expansion. Wish I did that too. Well, it's also too, I don't know. I didn't know that there was like a poster boy job for every expansion until I was like getting through Realm Reborn and almost about to get into Heavensward, and I'm like, okay, well, I might as well do what's happening in the trailers just because, I don't know, it looks funny or whatever. Like, if I played the whole game as, like, one job, I'd probably get bored. I'm gonna be honest. No, it's the one to get the Chocobo as a fighting companion, and you can use the saddle on. LARP is the wrong word. RPing is more accurate, probably. Yeah. Yeah, because it's role-playing in the game. Yeah. I have not done the role quest for Dark Knight yet. I might just wait until I'm actually level 80 to do it, because by then I'll probably have... I'm assuming I'll probably have to go to like a bunch of areas, so it'll probably be easier once I have all the areas, like I've visited everywhere and I have all the areas unlocked. Ahead lie the Morning Stars, 4 monuments built in tribute to the Guardians of Raktika. Beyond them is the Great Pyramid of Uxner, where the flow of magic must be restored. It is said that these monuments are themselves the keys to opening the pyramid, though I know not how. That is for you to discover. Another puzzle, wonderful. I would have a closer look. Is that? Oh, I thought that was an Aether Current. I was about to say. Of course. Alright. Let's go. I've picked up Red Mage, Gunbreaker, and Machinist. Most interesting in terms of, out of all the job quests, most people think Dark Knight is the most interesting. And in case you're not aware, a lot of your skills for Dark Knight are locked behind completing the role. Oh. Did not know that. Fun fact, the Dark Knight job quests were written by Natsuko Ishikawa and was regarded so highly that it elevated her to become the lead scenario writer of Shadowbringers. I did hear about that, like, yeah, they were so happy with how she wrote the Dark Knight quest, that, like, they made her the writer for Shadowbringers, and I think they said Endwalker too, but I could be wrong. But I definitely remember someone said, like, Shadowbringers was written by, her. It is indeed another puzzle, but for a blessing it appears to be similar to the one we encountered at the lake. The statues are all depictions of the divine beast mentioned on the tablet. No doubt they will open the way into the pyramid in like manner. We have to but discern the correct order. Okay. Indeed, it may be best to just transcribe them as if they are numerous, as you say. Better than risk overlooking something. Though transcription would prove impractical to you, not being versed in Ronkin script, no matter, you will employ a different approach, impressions. Here, I had thought to use these clay tablets to record any significant imagery we discovered, but they will serve you just as well. Take impressions of any inscriptions you find. We will start at the base of the pyramids. You begin at the top. When you have finished, return here and I will translate your findings. Okay, how do I climb this thing? Okay, I guess do this. Whoa. If you feel like the job has very few interesting skills or a brain dead rotation, you should consider completing the full role quest for Dark Knight. After level 70, no skills are blocked behind quests. You mean to say job quests, the role quests for tanks do exist as of Shadowbringers and are mandatory, but don't give any skills. I didn't get your reaction, but Lahi is peak or is it peak? If anything, I'm gonna be hearing it in my sleep. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Class, job, role. Okay, yeah, it's hard to keep track as each term gets outdated. So there's still a job quest for Dark Knight. It's did I just see an Aether Current? Or is my mind playing tricks on me? What? Your AoE reaches all the way up there? Oh my goodness, he can climb the stairs. Are you kidding me? You really climbed the stairs, huh? He really climbed the stairs. Okay, what's the next one? I guess that one next to me. Yep. Oh. Somehow that didn't put me down to 1 HP. Or a monster. If I remember correctly, class is shit like pugilist that you never use after level 30. Job is shit like monk, where it's the actual thing you play as, and role is things like physical range, magical range, yeah, tank and healer. Yeah, your class is basically just your job before it becomes a job. Yeah, it is pretty easy to mix up. If you climb these stairs too, I will be actually pretty impressed. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, cool, he fucked off. Class quests are for when you're unemployed. Tanks and healers have good benefits, like insta-queuing. I trust you've made a good use of those clay tablets. Yeah, something like that. Well done. A moment while I decipher what you found. Lahi indeed. Lahi. I can't do it. I can't sing. I can't sing to save my life, but yeah. Apologies for the delay. Nothing we saw at the base of the pyramids gave any hint as to the solution of the puzzle, focusing instead on how to proceed. Having solved it, your findings, on the other hand, appear to form a riddle. Once assembled, it reads as follows. Come together, share despair. Go thy ways, dread burdens bear. Mark the crown, heed its call. Ooh, Old Steel reference? I'm playing. Avert thy gaze, forever fall. I'd assume that the puzzle would involve a sequence, but from what Almit and I were able to gather, it is but a matter of suffusing one of the statues with aether. The question being, which one? Have you any thoughts? So you would suck as a bard then? Absolutely. Fun fact, not being able to sing Lahi is a common meme running joke in the community. After you finish Shadowbringers, ask someone about the Lahi meme. Or I'll try to remind you. Okay. Given your talent for finding solutions to vexatious problems, I think it's best that you choose the statue. What say you, weapons? Wait, was I supposed to look at them before? Oh, well. Right then, after you've selected a statue, I will imbue it with the required aether. Should it prove to be a trap, I am more than capable of warding off any, malign magics it may contain. Now, which statue will it be? Let me hear the riddle again. Come together, share despair, go thy ways, dread burdens bear, mark the crown, heed its call, avert thy gaze, forever fall. Isn't their thing an owl anyway? I'll try the owl. Alright, I pray this works. The aether's been absorbed. You really do have a talent for these things. What? Was that right? Okay, I was just guessing. You've caught up to me, gotcha, hell. Okay. The way should be clear now. Let us... Someone approaches. You only play 3 gacha games? That is plenty. You could argue 1 might be too much. depending on how much you spend on it. Only plays 3. Sister. Simet? Is it Yulmore again? What are you doing here? What has happened? Yulmoran soldiers have entered Eek's Maja. Yulmoran soldiers, and what of the blessed? Nothing specific, but it seems the Yulmorans had little interest in Slithersbow or its people. According to our scouts, their general and his men made all haste for the gate to Eek's Maja upon finding it. Or is it? Whatever. Together with... They pronounced it right one time and I frickin' forgot. Whatever. Together with Thancred, Uimet, and some others, and some few others have engaged them at the border. You are to return and assist Uimet at once. They are not to set foot near the ruins or Fano. We will see to matters here and return as quickly as we can. Understood? Yes, sister. Be careful. I only play one gacha game, Fate Grand Order. I still need to read the Fate visual novel. I keep putting it off. When isn't it Yulmore? Good question. I've been playing Fate Grand Order since middle school. I'm a senior in college now. Oh, interesting. It's been technically years since I've been in college, but it feels like I was in there just the other day. Time does fly. Though I knew time was short, I did not expect the Yulmorians to move so swiftly. I mean, Vol 3 is really the only slow one, if we're being honest. Everyone else is pretty damn competent. We have come too far to turn back now. Fate is also something I have to get into. Yeah. Time is against us, friend. Quickly, into the pyramid. Oh no. Go away, nobody likes you. Fate is a rabbit hole that has driven many men insane. Is it though? Isn't it just like a couple visual novels, the anime, and like a few games? I don't know. I don't really know much about it, but... And yeah, my heart is relatively still in college mode. Relatable. Feels like just yesterday. Good time meeting a bunch of people. I didn't even really talk to many people in college. I mean, I probably should have, but like... how do I put it? I was already like kind of a pretty reserved kind of guy, so I didn't talk to a lot of people just off of that alone. I kind of had my own shit I was going through, which kind of, I just didn't have making friends as a very high priority on my list of things to do at the time. And then, just my luck, COVID happened like around like the beginning of like junior year or whatever, like right smack in the middle of me being in college, so that didn't help. So yeah, college was a very strange time for me, definitely. The switch should be through these doors in the confessional of Tupasa the Elder. But why is it not open? Magic appears to be flowing through the walls, but it's being obstructed as it approaches the door. Is it not strange that only one of these pedestals bears an owl statue? Someone probably took the other one. Strange indeed, the second statue was likely hidden to keep the door sealed. We can cover more ground if we split up. I'll take the chamber to the south, weapons take the one to the east. I will search the chamber to the west. I can always rely on Allahi to greet me at the end of every cutscene. Nothing this way, it seems. Oh, there it is. I have looked everywhere and wait, is that... the statue? You found it. It looks light enough. We need but return it to the other altar, no? One might assume so, but nothing about these ruins has ever been quite so simple. I sense such strange energy emanating from the eyes of the statues in the corridors of this place. Should this figure be moved, it would not surprise me for them to suddenly stir to life. A trap, then, for the unsuspecting as they may attempt to return this to its rightful place. Precisely, caution would serve us well here. Which is why I ask you to deliver the statue to the main chamber. An abundance of magic yet courses through these walls. For my eyes, distractingly so. I believe yours, on the other hand, would more aptly perceive the traps for what they are. Alright then, we will meet you at the door to the confessional of Tupasa the Elder. Oh, I'm doing this again. Oh no. Oh, okay, I understand now. Those previous carry missions were just the frickin' homework. This is the test. I see, they're all looking in different directions. No, no, no. Leave me the fuck alone. Finally. The statue is returned, but was that enough? I believe it was. I can see aether flowing to the door now. I pray this means an end to the tricks and traps of these ruin. Well done. Laughs maniacally. Oh, the innocence of someone who hasn't entered the Fate fandom yet. Just wait till you learn about the Fate branching timeline. Fate is a deep fucking rabbit hole if I recall correctly. The branching timeline has two main lines with one that really matters, just like how Sky SC alone has more text in it than all of Lord of the Rings. Fate has so much shit. It can't be that bad. Every time a group goes into this zone, Raktika Great Woods, they all blast the chat. Oh, with Lahi, yeah, that kind of happened here, relatively speaking. The extra timeline really only exists so we can get remixes on the main timeline characters. It's a good thing you're around to find everything. The fun part comes with the fact that Alaya allows for interplay between both the extra and main timelines. And you just made that mistake. Yeah. You are but one step from entering the Kitana Ravel, but I must warn you, the last step is without question the most perilous. Overcome this final trial and the path forward will open to you. A path laden with more puzzles and traps, I'm sure. Did the Emperor always take such pleasure in wasting the time of his allies? I tell you. Let us end this, weapons, whilst time is yet on our side. Before we enter, I will tell you the trial that awaits you. The chamber is said to be filled with all manner of devices to keep trespassers away from the switch, the most potent being wards of displacement. They may very well force you into danger. Should we become separated, please use these. Whisper weeds. They will allow us to communicate no matter where we may find ourselves. I think Weapons and I can work out how to use these well enough, thank you. Alright, Weapons, the sooner we finish here, the sooner we can return to the others. Oh, it's a duty. I mean, if we're talking Fate timelines, we also need to talk about the other half of Nasuverse with Tsukihime and such. And then Strange Fate, which has the events of Fate's Day Night and Fate's Zero, but it's a completely different timeline. Real quick, Weapons, before continuing, because Narita wanted to incorporate stuff from both Fate and Tsukihime that normally can't coexist in one timeline. It's messed up with all these doors and puzzles. The NPCs haven't used the word barriers once yet. I don't have the soundboard, so unfortunately I can't press the button, even if they did. Thoughts on Emmett Selk so far? He seems like a friendly guy we can trust. But he is pretty funny, I would say. Fate's much more than just two main timelines. Like, technically Zero isn't even the same timeline as Fate's Day Night. And the narrative in general, it's kind of been routine, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, aside from the subject matter, it's sort of, I mean, maybe I'm still early in it, but it kind of feels like most of the others for now. Can't forget the Servant verse, which is just the fuck you realm. Oh, sorry guys, I gotta uninvite y'all, if I want to do this. Because it won't let me do the duty with a party. So what am I supposed to do? Just reach... Okay. Do you see those sentinels? They are made to curse any who enter the pyramid. It said to be seen by them is to be seen by death. So I make sure they don't see me. Alright, easy enough. Ah boy, 2 soldiers broke through the defenses. All of them, they are not to reach this temple, understood. Can't see how they're moving from over here. Oops. Oh. Can see them just fine, just can't see me. Or they just shouldn't spot me. Let's go. Move it. Alright, and then what do these guys do? Okay, glamour. Run? Okay. Sprint! There we go. We're good. These sneaking missions would be so much harder if the sentries could see things 2 feet to their sides. Yeah. What the hell? Those must have been sent to... Oh, separate chambers, okay. Oh, okay. Where did I just go? No. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, she made it out. Okay, well, must be nice. I guess I have to go this way then. Yep. All right, I made it. Yeah, I'm sure the Yulmorans... What the fuck? What was that noise? I fucking knew it! I was bracing myself for it. The famous giant boulder. Can I move? It's just like, run, okay, let me move. Uh-oh. Welp. I wanted to make it look better by, like, whatever. I got hit by one. Jump where? I don't... This might hurt a bit. They're really making us work for this one, huh? They've reached the temple. Wow. Yeah. That's, we call him Old Xenos, Locked in Roshi, etc., etc. Yeah, open the damn door. Oh, he was waiting for us.
Away with you! Here I come! No holding back!
Wow, who frickin'... I saw somebody get the weather. Why can't I target any of them? Oh. They want me to go past the door, right? I didn't get the memo.
Seems to be working.
Good. And just in time.
I think not.
Hey, you Stoller, remember the last time you tried to frickin' block an overpowered character with a magical barrier? It didn't really work out as well. Okay, I guess it's working this time. Uh-oh. Dang. Almost died.
Expertly done.
Man, I love that monk-like villain. Yeah, monks are really cool. I like monks.
How was I to know that that would happen? It looked like any other part of the floor.
Might now be an opportune time to strike a bargain?
You know, this guy kind of reminds me of Gilbert, like in terms of how he looks. Not gonna lie.
We poisoned a number of villagers in Slitherbough with a toxin brewed for us by the children. This is the antidote.
Take the antidote and push him in the hole.
I dare say you know how potent their concoctions are, and the futility of trying to counteract their effects. Now, try anything here, and we're all likely to fall. Eventually someone will come to our rescue, or yours. Promise us safe passage, and we'll give you the antidote. Do we have a deal?
Damn.
We do not negotiate with the enemy. The villagers' lives are forfeit, as is yours.
Oh. Well.
General?
Yulmorin on Yulmorin violence. He's like, did I just catch you striking a deal with the ops?
Do not fail.
Wait. You're too iconic to die, even though you haven't really done much in this game, but still. Damn.
How noble and pointless.
This is, I mean, this is Yulmore. He also works for a corrupt government official just like Gilbert did. Blind Catwife, no. Ishtola dies for like the 7th time. Yeah. I'm sure she'll figure it out. Biggest problem for this Gilbert is that Ranjit isn't Campanella. Ishtola was getting a little too much screen time, so they had to write her off.
Is everyone all right?
Oh, look. Help. Finally.
What in the...
Oriage! At once! Down with you!
Did he get him? Probably not.
Where is Y'shtola?
I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this. Don't worry though, I know you're kind of new here, but like, you know, this tends to happen every expansion with Y'shtola, so, you know, it's not really... No big deal, I'm sure she can sleep it off. Man, fuck you and your lahi. Thankfully, Ranjit's cohorts had a good sense to fall back. Yuimet should be here soon with word from Fanao. We should hold our position until she arrives. The only time rescue was ever useful. Y'shtola has died so many times that even Kondo finds it hard to believe. Y'shtola dies. Lie. Yeah. I was hoping to go all the way up to the first dungeon, but it is pretty late. So I'll probably call it here. We'll pick up next week. But yeah, that was funny. I don't think nobody really said anything important in chat while I was gone, I don't think. Yeah, y'all were mostly talking about Fate, I guess. Up until like recently. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out. But thanks everyone for who showed up. You know. It was fun. I think we made a lot of progress. I couldn't find the words. Yeah, signing off.